Meanwhile, this past year, 2.4 million Americans became first-time homebuyers. That's up 14% from last year. And as homebuyers know, the process isn't an easy one, especially if you're moving to a city that faces natural disasters that you've never dealt with before. So how do you determine which homes will withstand the wind and the rain? Well, the Federal Alliance for Safe Homes, or FLASH, is here to help. They're launching a brand new guide to help home buyers, and here to tell us all about it is Flash President and CEO Leslie Chapman-Henderson. Leslie, thanks so much for joining us, and tell us a little bit about this project, about this process. What should new home buyers be looking for?
Oh, thank you so much for having us. You know, when we started the research for this project, it was 2 years ago, and we thought we'd just create a simple brochure to help people get on the road to resilience when they're buying a home. But the more research we did and the more information we looked at, we realized that the best way to go is to give home buyers a complete list of all the right questions to ask. So what we've created online is a 10-step process to guide you from the starting of the search, finding the right realtor, talking to your family members that know about construction, all the way through to zeroing in on the best home for you that can withstand whatever disasters you're facing where you're going to live.
I feel like this could be kind of a regional thing, Leslie, because different disasters impact different parts of the country. So it's not necessarily a catch-all, I feel like. Are there different things that different home buyers should be looking for in different parts of the country?
Yes. In fact, that's why we have the checklist. The 10-step checklist is, in general, how to zero in on the location. But in addition to that, we have 5 different peril-specific checklists from earthquake and flood, hurricane, tornado, and wildfire that are going to allow you to drill into those questions. Because what we realized is when we talk to consumers after the fact, after they buy a home, what they always tell us is, gosh, I wish someone had told me that. I wish I had known that the shape of my roof could determine its ability to withstand high winds. So we've given them the right questions to ask because the information is out there, but they needed a pathway to figure it out.
Well, Leslie, obviously we hope that this guide gets into the hands of just about anyone who's buying a home, but also, wouldn't it be great if all the professionals that you deal with when you're buying a home would have this guide in your hand and make whether the home they're talking to you about is built to last the #1 thing on their mind when they are helping you out?
Absolutely. And this can catalyze that revolution we're looking to create in terms of the realtors who help their customers with resilience in mind. Imagine the gratitude that you're going to have if you buy a home and your realtor, and I know this is very near and dear to your heart, Dr. Nab, if your realtor said, you know what, let's check out the flood potential of this home. And hey, if you love this location, that's okay, but let's make sure you adequately insure in case those floodwaters come. Imagine the customer service value of that. And those realtors that can deliver that are going to be the ones who do beautifully in their marketplace. So we are looking to kind of catalyze that change as well as the home inspectors. The checklist can be downloaded, they're printable, and you can print it off and just give it to your home inspector and say, hey, while you're looking at the AC and you're checking out the normal stuff and the plumbing, can you look at these things as well so I can make sure this house is going to stand up when disasters come?
Leslie, have you found any pushback from the other side of the argument? Maybe someone trying to sell a house that says, oh my gosh, suddenly this is going to devalue my property substantially or scare buyers away. Is there anyone that doesn't want this information out there?
Well, it's funny, after almost, 24 years in talking to people, what we find are homeowners that are like, please spread the word, tell them what I wish I had known so that they're ready. There are some that worry about things like disclosing flood, but you know what? With the way the disasters are going, you guys know better than anybody else. With the number of disasters and all different types of disasters, people are aware. Disaster resilience, climate resilience, being prepared, having information is what has to happen.
Would you find that people might be hesitant to ask those questions? Because think about it, it's mostly been a seller's market, right? So buyers might be thinking, gosh, if I ask these questions, the seller may go with somebody else. How do you guard against something like that even? That's tough.
You're exactly right. This is an extraordinary time in home buying because we have people buying homes that aren't even having an inspection at all. But now what we've seen several months into it, we're starting to see, unfortunately, some buyer's remorse also kicking in. people are finding out after the fact. In fact, we did a survey in the lead up to the research for this, and we found that 58% of those we surveyed said if they had known the disaster potential of the home they purchased, they would have bought somewhere else. So we've got to guard against buyer's remorse to get the message out there that this information is empowering and this knowledge will protect you and your home.
100%. Well, Flash President and CEO Leslie Chapman-Henderson, always good to talk to you. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks.